What's up, everybody? Welcome to All Soccer All Day. This is your boy Stevie Mac out here in Chicago, and with me, as always, Eric D in Los Angeles. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, baby. What's up, Roosevelt?
Oh, you know, just ready. Got little Plemons here. My pup, Hamish, hanging out.
Ready to get stuck in, Hamish?
Hell yeah. All right, so, before we start, as always, we want to thank our patrons. We want to thank all of you listeners out there for checking us out. We can't do this without you, and if you want to help out this show, please leave us a 5-star rating wherever you're listening to us. If you want to help us more directly, you can always check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/allsoccerallday. And again, big shout out to all our patrons who are hooking us up. We appreciate you. Yes, Eric D, before we get into the English Premier League and also the MLS, what do we got as far as news and notes go, sir?
All right, so news and notes, we'll touch on a little bit of transfers and rumors and innuendo and conjecture and all that funness. So we know that Coutinho is going to Bayern Munich, he's at Bayern Munich now. Already played his first match for them. I haven't seen... Did you see how he did?
No.
I was going to watch something.
No, I just seen him in the kit. It's fine. I think that's probably one of the better places he could have ended up, honestly.
Oh, yeah, no. Bayern Munich being a big club, parallel to Barcelona. Some would say Barcelona's step up.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, man, I don't know what it means for him in his career going forth. He went from Inter to Liverpool to Barcelona, now to Bayern Munich. It's a loan deal, right?
Yep.
And, hopefully he does well.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. I don't see him having a very hard time over in the Bundesliga, quite frankly, man, especially with Munich, if it was... obviously he wouldn't be at any other lower level club because he's a player of such quality. So, the fact that he went to the Bundesliga where really they only have one major rival, which is, of course, Dortmund, I think he's going to smoke it over there, man. I'm honestly, man, if he gets as much starting time as he should, I'm going to say at least 17 goals. I'll go with 17.
Ooh, okay, so we're okay. Well, I'm going to come in with 7.
Okay. So I'm putting a dime on yours. I see how it is.
Yeah. Let's do it.
All right, sounds
good.
So
you said 17, and I'm saying 7. Who's fact checking us? Who's writing this down?
No, you're writing it down, man. You got the pen and paper right now.
Oh, okay.
I got Plemons here in my lap. I got my pup here hanging out.
Huh?
Plemons be taking up that time.
7. 17. Stevie Mac.
Yeah.
All right. So, other than that, there's rumor that Alexis Sanchez from Bayern, Manchester United might go to Inter Milan and join Lukaku. I don't know. What are you thinking of that?
Yeah, I think that this would be super weird, quite frankly. It's all the rumor and everything, but here's the thing. Martial just got injured, right? So who do you have that you're going to put up front right now as the number 9, right? Am I accurate here, or am I missing something here? Hold on.
Martial being injured is news to me. But I did see that Ibra posted something like, if Manchester United needs goals, I'm available. I was like, okay.
Yeah, so hold on. Anthony Martial right now. This is 2 days ago. He has a muscle injury.
Okay, so he pulled it. He picked us up against Crystal Palace?
Yes, I believe so. He was barely able to move during the final few minutes, but stayed on the pitch until the end because Ollie had no more substitutions.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is 2 days ago, and what's happening is that Sanchez hopes of joining Inter Milan. By the way, I'm reading something off ESPN right now. For the European transfer deadline before September 2nd, might be hindered because Anthony Martial's muscle injury you might see a chance of an Alexis Sanchez sighting for Manchester United.
Hey man, where did Fred go?
Damn, I have no idea where Fred is. That fool is lost. I have no clue. That's an amazing question. What about what about Nemanja Matic? Where's he gone?
Nobody knows.
Scott McTominay has taken his spot, man.
Yeah, Manchester United is somewhat of a mystery to me, to be honest with you.
Well, all I'm saying is, right now, as far as Alexis Sanchez goes, because of Martial's injury, he's obviously would be one of the guys that you would think that Manchester United might try at least to get some mileage out of, based on the fact that they paid him a lot of money. So why not why not put him in? See what happens. I mean, he hasn't done anything for you up till now, but what other options do you have right now? What do you know?
Yeah, no, totally, and that's why.
And you just got rid of Lukaku too. So Lukaku's over in Inter, and you're going to send Alexis Sanchez there too? What?
This is not the Manchester United I know.
No.
Moving on off that, the Neymar saga continues. It looks like Barcelona trying to buy back Neymar from PSG.
These are the talks. That's what everyone says. I don't know. What do you think about the whole thing?
I don't know. It's you're Barcelona. Do you need something like that? I mean, is he going to be a diva still? We've already touched about this, about how Neymar is as a player, and I just don't know if it's something you want in your squad.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem like it, but at the same time, obviously PSG is not going to just give up a player they spent so much money on, right? So, they're going to keep him if they have to, if they don't think they're getting what he's worth. And on top of that, if you're going to keep him, you got to play Neymar. Even if you don't like the guy, he's better than most of the players, if not all the players on the pitch when he gets on there. So, you can't, have a talent like that just sitting on your bench. It's, I can't really necessarily compare Gareth Bale and Neymar. I don't think they're necessarily the same player at all. But at the same time, it is kind of the same scenario where it seems like Gareth Bale is unwanted, yet is staying in Madrid. And, you got to play the guy. He's one of the top talents in the world. The dude scores goals, So you got to use him.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. I mean, he's top 5 talent here in this world, and you definitely got to play him. But man, he's kind of a rotten apple.
Yeah,
to a certain degree.
Definitely. So it seems. But as we have spoken about before, his professionalism will be tested if he ends up staying in PSG, and we'll see whether or not he just straps the boots on, goes out there, does his best, or if there's some sort of whack drama in between.
Whack. So other than that, I'm going to skip a couple of these items because they happen to deal with more MLS, and so we got some English news here. Just so touching on the news and notes before we dive into the English Premier League. Champions League draw is today.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I'm pretty excited to see what ends up happening here with the UEFA Champions League draw, as we all are. And so let me check out here. Let me pull this up real quick. I was going to pull up the pods.
The pods. Are they pods or pots?
Pots. Sorry, the pots.
The pots.
Let's see.
Yeah, so earlier, while Stevie Mac is looking that up, I was looking at a video of the Champions League, highlights basically from like 92 all the way to like last season's. Not Liverpool, Tottenham. It's kind of ridiculous. I mean, Real Madrid won the title 4 out of 5 years. Like it's insane.
Yeah.
And two of those, they beat Atletico Madrid, one on penalties and one in those. Remember, Sergio Ramos had that late goal.
Yeah, the header.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it. I'm like, this is the equivalent of if the Galaxy and LAFC met in the CONCACAF Champions League final. Man, it's just, I as we'll talk about a little bit later here in the MLS, I totally understand how those supporters feel for Atletico Madrid losing to Real Madrid and how that is when you're playing a derby match.
Yeah, I definitely hear you on that. So as far as I did get the pots together, okay. I'll just run them down super quick. The first pot, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Juve, Manchester City, PSG, Liverpool, Chelsea, and Zenit or Zenit.
Zenit. Okay, just really quickly before you continue on. So the way this works, everybody, in case you don't know, all those in the first pot, they cannot play each other. They will be put into groups by themselves with other teams. So
yeah, so there's 8 groups total, right? 8 groups of 4, and what's going to end up happening is each pot will be divided accordingly. So pot 1, as Eric D said, no one can play together, play against each other. Pot 2, no one can play against each other. Pot 3, and so forth. And so that's kind of what where you see the distribution of the teams. I think obviously they do it so there's more parity in the group stages. There's more competition. Otherwise, it could end up being a group of a bunch of lower level teams that are never going to win.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so. They try to make it where the super clubs or I shouldn't say super clubs, but the better clubs don't play each other to the knockout rounds, and that they give a chance for the lower clubs to get through, but not at the expense of bigger clubs being in a group where they would be eliminated against other bigger groups, bigger clubs. So,
correct. Definitely the right way. I think you can do this. So anyways, in the first pot, as I said before, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Juve, Manchester City, PSG, Liverpool, Chelsea, and Zenit. The second pot, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, Dortmund, Napoli, Shakhtar, Tottenham, Ajax, and Benfica. The third pot, Lyon, Leverkusen, Salzburg, Olympiacos, Bruges, Valencia, Inter Milan, Dinamo. And then the fourth pot, Lokomotiv. I don't know if it's pronounced Genk or Genk. I'm not sure. Galatasaray. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I don't know how that's pronounced properly, so sorry if I messed that up, everyone. Leipzig, Slavia Praha, Red Star, Atalanta, and Lille, or however you say that in French.
Yes.
So, overall, the UEFA Champions League is coming around. The draws today, so we're going to see what the groups are. That's really exciting if you are into club soccer, as hopefully all of you are if you're listening to this. So, Champions League right around the corner, group stage, man.
Yeah, exciting. Gonna get to see who all these groups. I think this is probably, if I'm not mistaken, everybody's favorite part of the competition.
Yeah, I mean, group stage is so exciting, man. You get all these, the
like
point of it's the point of this entire tournament is to see the biggest clubs in all of Europe playing against each other in it's arguably next to the World Cup the biggest tournament. I mean, period, right?
Yeah, no, I would agree. I would say World Cup to me is number 1, and then UEFA's Champions League has to be number 2.
Yeah, I would agree. So anyway, pretty exciting with that. What do we got? What else
So that's it for the news and notes for now. Let's jump into this Premier League.
Yeah, so before we get into the Premier League, we just want to mention that this portion of the podcast is brought to you by Diversey Wine. Diversity Wine is an all-natural wine shop here in Chicago's Logan Square neighborhood. They have 2 sister stores, one in Oakland called Ordinaire and one in Los Angeles called Psychic Wines. So check these guys out. They specialize in natural wines, which means wines that are made by real humans with grapes that are farmed organically and fermented naturally in the cellars with no additives. So, as high quality as much as you can kind of get away from the big market wines that are just mass produced. So really cool stuff. Check them out again, Diversity Wines. You can check them out online at diversitywine.com, diversitywine.com, DIVERSEYWINE, diversitywine.com. And they also have a really cool wine club, so check that out. Anyway, thank you guys very much again, and let's get into the EPL.
Whoa, hold on. Hey, for those that are here in Los Angeles listening to the show, Psychic Wines is actually located at 2825 Bellevue Avenue here in Los Angeles. So, there's the address. Go check it out.
Word up. So getting into now the English Premier League, my friend. What's going down?
So the English Premier League. We were just talking about Man U losing to Crystal Palace.
Yeah, man.
Bad look, bro.
Bad look. I mean, anytime Manchester United's losing to a team that's not in the Big Six, I mean, frankly, anytime they're losing to anyone, if you're a United supporter, is terrible, of course. But losing to a team that's outside of the top 6 is especially, frowned upon. And Crystal Palace, of all teams, I mean, I feel like there's a lot of other teams in the EPL that are more acceptable to lose to if you're Manchester United, and Crystal Palace is not one of those teams, I feel.
No, it wouldn't be acceptable for Man U to lose to Crystal Palace anywhere, but to lose at Old Trafford.
At home, yes.
Double shame.
I mean, just a total bummer for United fans. Marcus Rashford now missing the penalty after Pogba messes up the previous match day. I mean, bad juju when it comes to that. I mean, these things happen. It's like everyone misses a penalty. No one's 100%. I get it. But, we're very unfortunate that the 2 guys that everyone thinks should be taking the penalties both missed in successive weeks,
Yeah, exactly. So that, I mean, and as we were also talking about, right now as it stands through 3 match days, the Premier League looks very much like it did last season. Case of deja vu. Liverpool and Man City are the class of the league, and there's a few other clubs that are kind of contenders, I guess you could say, and then everybody's just there, making up the numbers in a way.
Yeah. I mean, it is, it's very interesting because we do talk about it this way, even though, let's not forget, last week, Manchester City drew with Leicester. So, at least there's a team that did something against Manchester City at the beginning of the season to make it kind of interesting. But then they just turn around and just start smashing people again. Obviously, they're going to forget about that and move forward. It is what it is. But, yeah, just as you were saying, Liverpool, they play against Arsenal. Liverpool has a great game. And Arsenal is supposed to be one of the contenders, so to speak, as you were saying. I mean, they have great talent on their team. They've always been kind of this one top 6 teams, so they're always someone you're talking about. But they were just outclassed by Liverpool, man.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. I was kind of chatting back and forth with a buddy of mine via text, and, he was kind of, I guess he wasn't shocked. It was to be expected to lose like that against Liverpool at Anfield for sure. I don't know if it would have been any different if it had been in the Emirates, or the Emirates, as you like to say.
The Emirates.
Yeah, I mean, Liverpool is, we can go on for days talking about Liverpool in the class, but I don't know. Something's Arsenal, I don't know, defensively, the mentality, I don't know. They're still a work in progress, and it's just, I don't think it was ever in doubt. Actually, it's interesting about these matches is I feel more comfortable about Liverpool playing these bigger clubs like this, like an Arsenal, than I do sometimes when they play these smaller clubs, because smaller clubs are up for sure. I hate to take it away from Arsenal, like they weren't up for it, but yeah, I mean, it's just maybe they weren't.
No,
grit.
I mean, I think that what you're saying makes a lot of sense because, I mean, that being said, Arsenal right now, they are definitely still figuring it out, right? It's Unai Emery's second season as the boss there. I mean, this whole thing with Kolasinac and Mesut Ozil, and they're not playing, and there's all kinds of craziness going on with that. And so, I mean, I don't know. It's just kind of a weird place for Arsenal being their second season with a new boss. So kind of same thing with Manchester United, and honestly, kind of the same thing with Chelsea. I mean, like, all of these teams right now, they're in flux. It's not like Liverpool and Manchester City right now, who have had the same crew, the same coaching staff. They've been building from the inside. It's like there's much more upheaval in all of these other clubs. I think Tottenham, being a club that hasn't made a whole lot of moves, kind of is a little bit more cohesive in some ways.
Yes, I would agree. Tottenham's definitely more stable out of those other clubs. And yeah, you hit it right on the head there. They're in flux. They're not very stable, transitional. I mean, Chelsea, Man U, Arsenal, they're all going through the same thing. It's
going through changes.
50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah, definitely, man. So, I mean, I would say that right now, you're absolutely right. Liverpool, Manchester City, as you put it, class of the league right now. And we'll kind of see how the rest of it pans out, kind of. We'll see if it's again, more of the same. We're going to see basically a season, as it seems right now, of Liverpool and Manchester City dominating, the rest of the league kind of playing spoiler for one of them, and then kind of a few teams that are going to fight for those top 6 spots, Well,
I will say this, if circling back to these clubs in Tottenham, I mean, if you are Tottenham and you're trying to be cohesive and try to be like Liverpool and Man City, I guess, you can't be dropping results to Newcastle.
No.
At home.
I mean, 2 losses from Manchester United and Tottenham at their respective home pitch that you just can't do it. You just can't do it. If you are trying to be anywhere on the top of this league, you can't drop games like that ever.
Yeah, no, I have a buddy that's a huge Tottenham supporter, and I told him before the match, I'm like, oh, man, Tottenham's got this in the bag, right? He's like, oh, you never know, Yeah. I was like, okay. And I told him, I texted him after the match, I was like, I was wrong. And then he was like, oh, what do you say, rubbish Spurs? Because he's English.
Yeah.
So, and it's like...
I mean, Newcastle is a team that should be considered for relegation.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, you can't lose to them, Tottenham. like you went to the Champions League final last year. You can't lose to Newcastle. Okay? That's not... No. You can't do that.
No, you can't. And that's why it's a 2-horse race, which I don't know if this is a good thing, because we've talked about this in the past, about La Liga and Barcelona and Real Madrid, or the Bundesliga or Serie A. It's
I mean, okay, so here's the thing, is that in regards to that, okay, Liverpool and Manchester City seeming at the top. If you want to compare leagues, we're talking about Juve, we're talking about Dortmund and Munich, we're talking about Real Madrid and Barcelona. So you're talking about these like top teams at these bigger leagues around Europe. And still, the difference is this. Arsenal, Manchester United, Tottenham, and Chelsea. They're all going through flux right now. But at any point in time, when they get it together, they can become contenders again. Whereas in these other leagues, I don't really feel like if Roma all of a sudden decide to spend a little bit more money, that they would be able to contend for the title in Serie A.
No, nobody's contending with Juve right now.
No.
Dude, Juve in an arms race, bro, they got They got the fighter jets. They got the tanks. They got the artillery.
Well, okay,
they got all the pieces.
And then you go to League. No one is touching PSG, even if they. I mean, like, it's just not happening, right?
No,
if you go,
it's not.
I mean, Spain would be the only place that I could even make kind of an argument for Atletico Madrid somehow getting up in there. But other than that, man, it just doesn't seem like anyone else would be there. In the English Premier League, these top 6 teams, that can flip. I mean, right now, yes, Liverpool and Manchester City, they're dominant. But how many years in the past have these other teams been at the top, right?
It's true.
So
no, you're right. Consistency of more competition in the English Premier League than the other leagues for sure. In
correct.
Europe. No doubts. Dude, I mean, before we move on, Watford in the basement. These guys have 0 points. They have 1 goal, 7 against.
I am shocked, man.
Dude, Watford was one of the better clubs last season.
I know.
And I don't know what's going on there.
I have no idea, not even a clue, and I can't even speculate. All I know is that Watford, as you were just saying, should totally not be where they are right now. I mean, I can't lose total faith in them and think that they're just going to be relegated all of a sudden out of nowhere. I feel like they got to pull it together. They've shown they have quality, so
I got to make my predictions soon, don't I?
Oh yeah, you got to start talking about who you think's going to get relegated. You getting relegated?
Relegated. Yeah, man, because we're already 3 matches into this season.
I know, man. I know. Only 35 to go. Damn.
Time to go, man. I need time to slow down sometimes. I still want to play this footy for a long time, dude.
I know,
and sometimes I feel it on the pitch, man. I'm gonna tell you. Anyway,
I got you.
So yeah. So
let's go over. Let's touch on the tables as they stand in the English Premier League. Then we can go over a couple of the games here. So, as it stands right now, first place Liverpool, 3 wins out of 3 games. They have a +6 goal differential right now, so 9 points.
And let me just say this before we move off Liverpool. I think Liverpool's going to have to go undefeated this season to win the title.
Dang.
Hot take.
That's hardcore, man. We'll see. I mean, I don't know. I mean, last year they lost
joking.
1. Last year they lost 1. So I mean, hey, if they could just draw that other one, I guess. But so second place, of course, Manchester City right now. They had that draw against Tottenham in Matchday 2, so that puts them a little, 2 points off. So right now, though, they do have a +7 goal differential. So they have a better goal differential, but they have a draw. So next we have Arsenal, who just dropped the game to Liverpool. They have 6 points, so they've won 2, lost 1. Fourth place right now, Leicester City. 5 points, 1 win, 2 draws. Their win coming against Sheffield, and they drew against Chelsea, and they also drew against Wolves. Fifth place right now, Manchester United, even though they just lost that last game against Crystal Palace. 4 points, and there's quite a few teams with 4 points right now, kind of dropping off. Yeah. So right now, again, Liverpool and Manchester City at the top there.
Early goings.
Yeah, let's take a look at some of the fixtures this upcoming match day. Liverpool is taking on Burnley. So, I mean, good luck, Burnley. I think you're going to have a terrible day. Manchester City is playing Brighton Hove Albion, which, again, that's just going to... It's just...
murderous.
Like, what kind of scoreline do you even go with that? It's like 5-1? No, like 4-0. I'm going 4-0, Manchester City.
They're at the Etihad. I'm going to top you. I'll go with a 5-0.
You know, 5-0. All right.
Yeah.
By the way, Liverpool's on the road. Write these down. So Liverpool's on the road. I got Liverpool winning, I'm going to say 4-1. I think that maybe Ashley Barnes continues his run of glory. I got him on my fantasy league, man.
Is he the guy that had he had a Someone had an unbelievable goal this past match
dude,
day.
no, Ashley
The
Barnes
volley,
took
right?
it off the
That was
volley.
him.
Yep, that was Ashley
him.
Barnes, dude. He's killing it right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a little more conservative. I'll go 3-1 to the Pool.
Okay, 3-1 Pool. One of the bigger games, of course, that's going down this weekend, Tottenham versus Arsenal. So, this is like an early indication of maybe where the next 4 teams might end up. This game is going to be...
Wait, is this all... Wait, hold on.
What's up?
What did you just say? Wow, Tottenham Arsenal already?
Yeah, man. You know.
Dang.
Yeah,
this is early on to be having this match.
Gotta keep you interested.
This is definitely the match of the weekend here.
That's right. And Arsenal is at home. So
what do you got?
Dang, man, I don't even know how to call this one. This one's crazy. You know what? I'm gonna say Aubameyang has a big game at home, and I'm gonna say that Arsenal wins 2-1.
Arsenal 2-1. Stevie Mac 2-1 to the Arsenal.
What do you got?
Tottenham's at home.
No, Arsenal's at home.
Arsenal's at home. You know what, man? I'm gonna go with a 2-2 draw.
Okay, all right. I could see that, man. I mean, easily I could see that. But I just think that Arsenal maybe has a little motivation at home and comes away with just one extra, but we'll see, man. I mean, honestly, as you were saying, you called for a draw. I could easily see that scoreline flipped and Tottenham winning 2-1. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of a toss-up. But I'm going to stick with Arsenal just because of the home pitch advantage. Manchester United is playing Southampton. Southampton's at home, so Man U on the road. I mean, Manchester United should have this in the bag. But after losing to Crystal Palace at home, it brings some questions to the table. Eric D, what do you got on this one, man? Man U on the road.
I'm gonna take Man U 2-0.
2-0. Yeah, I mean that's pretty safe there. I can't really see Southampton coming away with a victory, although no one would have ever called Palace.
That's true.
Being Manchester United at Old Trafford, I just don't see Manchester United dropping 2 in a row by any means, and I don't really see them drawing either. So I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna say it's gonna be 2-0 also.
2-0.
B-Mac. And then we got, other top 6 team we'll touch on. Chelsea is at home against Sheffield United. And
Sheffield United, they're got that mo right now.
Yeah, they do have a little mojo going on, but, Chelsea. Yeah, but Chelsea being at home. Okay, man, I'm going to call it. I'm going to say this is the week.
Pulisic.
This is Pulisic's week. He's going to score his first goal this week.
All right, so bonus call out to Pulisic.
And I'm going to say that Chelsea wins 2-0 at home.
2-0. That's the Stevie, sir. Yeah. And I'm going to go with Chelsea 2-1.
2-1. Okay. All right.
Sheffield, come on, Sheffield.
Say that Mojo's got a little business in there.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, fair enough. I mean, other than that, right now, as far as the other fixtures that are going on, we'll just do a quick rundown of what's going on this weekend. Crystal Palace hosting Aston Villa. Leicester hosting Bournemouth. Newcastle hosting Watford. West Ham at home against Norwich. And Everton at home against Wolves. So, I mean, always an exciting thing when Premier League is on. So this weekend, this is Labor Day weekend for those of you in the United States, by the way. So you have a 3-day weekend. So hopefully you party hard, have a good time. But yeah, man, it starts off with Southampton at home against Manchester United. The second game that's going to be aired nationally is going to be Chelsea hosting Sheffield. The 11:30 game Central, that's 12:30 Eastern. On Saturday is Burnley home against Liverpool, and Manchester City, is also going to be at 9 o'clock. Manchester City against Brighton is on NBC Sports Gold, though. It's not going to be the national broadcast, probably because Manchester City is going to annihilate Brighton, so they don't need to show that kind of murder on TV, you know what I'm saying? Like, the censors are out, like, hey, we can't be showing Brighton get pwned like this.
The carnage.
we gotta let them save some face real quick, so, you know.
The children.
Yeah, but of course, finishing off the week, Arsenal, Spurs, I mean, that's some good stuff. I think I might have to try to get together. Oh, no, I'm going to be out of town this weekend. Oh, man, bummer.
So am I.
Yeah, well, that's okay. I'm going to be able to watch on the road. All right, very cool, man. So anything else you want to throw down there in the EPL? Let's go.
Yeah, in EPL, just real quick, just talk, it's not really English Premier League, but just in English football in general. We found out today, or well, I guess yesterday, that Bolton Wanderers has been saved.
Yep.
Well, looks like they're going to be purchased by Ventures Company. I forgot. But yeah, that's good news for them because, I mean, Bolton, I think most people know Bolton Wanderers. I mean, U.S. fans, Stuart Holden played for them. Yeah, so there's a lot of history there for Bolton. I remember that.
There was talk about it, right, a couple days ago, and it was breaking on social media and all this. And to be honest, man, like, I was like, dude, I can't see. I mean, okay, yeah, so that's what's supposed to happen, but like, there's no way that community of fans was gonna let Bolton go to the shitter just because. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I knew someone was gonna buy them. Like, that's too big. Like, they're too big of a club to just see dissolve. That would be crazy.
Yeah, it would really be crazy. And then, I guess that's the happy side, and then the sad side is that Bury FC looks like they've been kicked out of the EFL, the English Football League. I don't know what that means for them exactly, if they're going to continue operations, if they're going to be an amateur club, or what's going on. But I think as far as professional soccer is concerned, they are on the outs right now, and that's it's a sad thing because there's a lot of people that, that club is their life.
Yeah, man.
And so that sucks. So yeah, two sides of an interesting coin, and you could also say that these are the effects of modern football. So yeah, and with that, we turn to the MLS.
Okay, yes, the Major League Soccer. The Major League Soccer.
Yeah, the Major League Soccer.
Yeah, man, there's definitely some pretty cool stuff to talk about regarding what's been going down in the MLS. We are down to the last, I believe, 7 games for at least the LA Galaxy. Let's take a look here, man. Oh, dude, this is so crazy. Okay, so the standings as of right now in the Eastern Conference, Atlanta United has pushed to the number 1 spot in the Eastern Conference. They're tied on points with Philadelphia Union, 48 points apiece. Atlanta does have a game in hand, and they also have plus 16 goal differential. Philadelphia Union only plus 10. So right now, Atlanta United has put themselves in the driver's seat for the Eastern Conference, looking for a bye. Philadelphia Union is right there, though. I mean, that can change definitely over the course of the next few weeks. Although, again, Atlanta United has a game in hand. So NYFC and New York Red Bulls are 3 and 4, respectively. DC United fifth place right now in the East. New England Revolution have clawed themselves back up there. Montreal Impact is on the correct line of that playoff line right now, followed by Toronto FC right behind them with 37 points. So that's going to be something to keep an eye on for sure leading into the playoffs. That Canadian rivalry, Montreal Impact, Toronto FC fighting for that last spot in the playoffs in the Eastern Conference. As far as the Western Conference goes, everyone already knows LAFC's got that, like, locked down. Like, there's not even any hope of anyone getting anywhere close to them. First of all, they have a plus 46 goal differential. Plus 46. Plus 46.
Like, the closest team to that is Atlanta United with 16.
Yeah. They have 30. They have 30 more goals than they. Dude, they've scored 74 goals so far this year. 74. They have 62 points. They are 19 points ahead of the closest two teams, which is RSL and Seattle. 19 points ahead.
Wow. I it's like when you say that out loud and I look at these standings and I'm just like, it's insane. They are in the supporter shield race. They are 14 points ahead of Atlanta United.
I mean,
is that right?
Yeah.
I'm doing my math
there's absolutely no hope of anyone getting anywhere close. So clearly they're going to win the supporter shield. Here's the thing. And you hear this all the time when you're talking about the MLS, but the truth is, as Alexi Lawless put it, okay?
Oh, yeah, there we go. Let's quote this guy.
Yeah, I know. He says some crazy stuff, but this is true. This is true. Every now and then I hear something that he says, and I'm like, okay, that's legit. The people that talk about winning the Supporters' Shield are the people that have won the Supporters' Shield but then lost the MLS Cup. Those are the teams that talk about, oh, yeah, we won the Supporters' Shield last year. Okay, and
like New York Red Bulls, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly. Like, okay, great, you have a supporter shield, you have the most points, but apparently here in the USA, we don't care about that. I think if
you're the Shiz, you're winning supporter shield and the MLS Cup.
So apparently that's only ever happened 7 times.
7 times.
I believe that's only ever happened 7 times in the history of the MLS where someone's won the Supporters' Shield and then gone on to win the MLS Cup. Which is something to be talked about when it comes to the playoff format. That might be some good, I don't know. A good argument for why the playoffs should really not be around when it comes to showing the actual best team winning the actual cup.
Well, yeah, I mean, my caveat to that is that you can't have that until the schedule is balanced.
Oh yeah, no, you're right.
Of
course, you're correct.
That's the problem. I agree with you there, but we've talked about this before. It's like it's not going to change because this is America.
Yep.
And we love our playoffs.
Correct.
Okay, so. Yeah, I'm just trying to look that up. But what you said, I'm getting supporter shield numbers and stuff like that. But you said 7 times.
I think so. I think there's only 7 times where the winner of the supporter shield have gone on to win the MLS Cup. But anyway, I hope I'm right about that. If I'm wrong, then sorry about all that. But I mean, just getting back to the standings here. LAFC 62 points, Real Salt Lake, Seattle Sounders 43, LA Galaxy right behind them with 42, tied with Minnesota United 42. The Earthquakes with 41 points in 6th place, and FC Dallas with 40 points. Portland Timbers, Sporting Kansas City kind of in the hunt for that 7th spot, but it's starting to slip away there. So the Western Conference is kind of shaping up a little bit more than the Eastern Conference right now. In the Eastern Conference, there's still an argument to be made that even the Chicago Fire could pull themselves into the playoffs if for some reason.
Oh.
Yeah, if Montreal and Toronto had a bad run and Chicago had a good run, they could squeak in there. It is possible. It's not probable, but it's possible.
Yeah, exactly.
So you know, as we get into these next few meetings, well, I suppose we should probably go over some of the bigger games that just happened. Of course, I mean, really the only game that people want to hear about when it comes to MLS right now. I mean, come on, man. I mean, let's all be real about this, okay? If we're all being really, really real about this, okay? You had Portland Timbers and Seattle Sounders, okay? That has always been one of the bigger rivalries, okay?
Well, Alexi Lawless, your man, your boy, said that El Tráfico is the best rivalry in MLS.
I would 100% agree with that. I know there's definitely, as I was just saying, Portland Timbers, Seattle Sounders, they might have something to say about that, okay? But other than that, man, I mean, really, can you honestly give me two other clubs, a different rivalry that you can even really kind of put in a class with those two?
I mean, I don't know. I'm just going to throw out some out there. You got the Red River Derby, or Hudson River Derby, I should say.
Yeah, Red
Bulls
no,
and
it doesn't.
NYCFC.
Yeah, no one cares. I mean, let's be honest. No one really cares.
You got the Hell is Real. You got
Okay,
Cincinnati
yeah, some people
Crew.
care about that one, except for the fact that FC Cincinnati is, like, they're just not there yet, right?
I will say this. Orlando City hates Atlanta United, but they can't win a match against Atlanta United.
Yeah, I mean, they can, exactly.
Like
you can, yeah, I was just going to say, they can hate them all they want, but it's not really like a thing, right?
Yeah, and then... yeah, man, I don't know why FC Dallas and Houston's not big.
It's just never been a big rivalry. Maybe because it's 5-1 FC Dallas, and it's just like a total blowout.
Yeah,
I mean, okay, look, that's one of the reasons why the Hudson River Derby also. I mean, dude, New York Red Bulls.
It was the 7-0, the Red Wedding.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it was so bad. I mean, look, NYCFC got the win. They got 2-1 win. A-Bear back heels a sick goal. Okay, I get it. Yeah, maybe you made a little push, but come on.
So the argument for El Tráfico is that all these games have just been like nail biters, on the edge of your seat, entertainment, nonstop. Like,
it's not only that, but it's also the atmosphere of the games. Because if you look at the Hudson River Derby, man, it's nowhere close to what's happening at El Tráfico. I mean, frankly, like that. I think that although, yes, of course, the quality of the games is probably the topping reason why right now, at least, it's the hottest rivalry, is also because it feels like an international rivalry.
It feels like, when I was watching, it feels like a championship.
Exactly.
That's what it feels like.
And that's what it feels like every time Barcelona and Real Madrid meet. Okay?
Yeah.
That's the way it feels every time that Manchester United and Liverpool play. Yeah. That's, you know what I mean? Like, you can, that's the way, okay, I don't know. Boca and River, that's like, I don't know, man. These dudes try to burn down each other's villages and shit. So, I mean, but, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, no, that's next level. But, yeah. No, I mean, obviously, you know, you and I mean, you know, we're G supporters, and
sure.
So we're going to be biased. There's no doubt about it. But I'm definitely trying to see the other aspects.
Yeah.
But it's...
I just...
mean, this is what I'll say. Before you say what you're going to say, what El Tráfico has that no other rivalry except the Hudson River Derby, but even then... I mean, it's New York City and Jersey. I guess.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
they share the same city, but also the thing that the thing also that El Tráfico has that no one else has is Zlatan.
Well, yes, but yeah, it's that derby. It's the it's an inner city battle. As much as Seattle and Portland hate each other, they're not in the same city.
No, they're not.
It's the same region. It's Cascadia. I get it, but
ain't the same city, man. And you know what? You're right there. You're saying it all. And look, yeah, we're biased, but here's the thing: if I am trying to be as objective as I possibly can be, I don't think there has been a rivalry that has been nationally absorbed the way this one is being absorbed right now. Like with supporters and non-supporters, just like the show of it all, right?
Well, okay, let me ask you this. When you go out and you play pickup in Chicago, Is anybody talking about this rivalry?
Dude, well, okay, so people do know I'm from Los Angeles, and they do know I'm a Galaxy fan. But still, when I go out to the pitch and I'm hanging out, people, like, ask me about it. It's not like... I mean, people would have to know what's going on in order to ask me about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if they weren't paying attention, then no one would even know.
And some people don't know the Chicago Fire exists.
No, people have no idea. But, dude, I'm going out there and I'm playing pickup, and I'm telling you, like, all kinds of people are like, dang, did you see that El Tráfico game? Oh, man, that game was this weekend. You must be happy. That, like, all that kind of stuff. I mean, people are talking about it because, like, it's something that people are paying attention to.
Yes. So, the match. Let's get to the match. The match was insane. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of glad it's over because my heart, my nerves, I told you, I texted you, I can't take this.
Dude.
Like, these matches are like, I know it's going to happen one day. And when it happens, it's going to hurt bad.
I know.
The Galaxy are going to lose to LAFC one day, even though a lot of G's fans are like, you can't beat us and it's never going to happen or whatever.
It's going to happen someday.
Happen. And when it happens, it's going to hurt, and it's going to hurt bad. And now I know, as I was telling you earlier, now I know what Atletico Madrid fans feel with Real Madrid.
Oh, my God.
Any club that plays in the same city as another club, that rivalry is on a next level.
Dude.
Because you come from the same city. It's sometimes people know people that they have relatives, brothers, friends, neighbors that support the other team from them. It's on a different level. It just is.
Dude, listen. This is all I'm praying will happen, okay? If this happens, I could rest easy with this rivalry. Okay, listen. Here's the scenario. We get to the playoffs. El Tráfico happens in the playoffs. And the Galaxy win. If that happened, then it doesn't matter if we lose moving forward. Like, we could lose. But as a G's supporter, you will always be able to say, listen, the first 6 games we played, you didn't beat us, and on your best season, like the best season that's pretty much happened in the history of the MLS, we knocked you out of the playoffs. If that happened, I'd be like, all right, well, I'm good. Dang, we lost. Well, you remember that one time, like...
I think the only thing that could top that, and this is obviously more far-fetched, is like what I told you before, is if LAFC and the G's were ever meet in the CONCACAF Champions League final. Right. I guess that's because Liga MX doesn't exist anymore. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, I know, right? Both those teams getting through everyone. Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine? Can you imagine that final? Oh,
dude, it's. I mean, that's the only way it can be a final. Well, I guess you have the
dude that's River Boca for
no kidding, huh? Yeah, no kidding. That is exactly what it is. I mean, someday, hopefully, the soccer gods grant the wishes of all of us peons out here, and we get to see either. I mean, look. Eventually it will happen that they meet in the playoffs. Who knows when that'll be? I really hope it's this year. I do hope it's this year because I would love as a G supporter to win. I mean, here's the thing. Is like, even if the Galaxy lose in the playoffs, like, we're supposed to lose, frankly. Like, seriously, we are. I mean, our team, we are 20 points behind LAFC. If you're an LA Galaxy fan, you're 20 points behind on the Supporter Shield. Like, there's nothing you're going to ever be able to say about that. Like, LAFC is clearly having an amazing year. And if we lose, it's like, yeah, well, okay, finally, you did something and you beat us after 5 games. Great. But if we won, dude, it would just be nail in the coffin, bro. It's over.
Yeah, the pressure would definitely be on LAFC in that match.
100%.
They would be at home, and to lose would be catastrophic.
And then Zlatan would show up, and Zlatan would just smash on fools, dude.
Oh my
God.
So speaking of Zlatan gets the first goal. Nice little pass by Pavone. They're getting the connection going. It was a beautiful run.
Beautiful. Perfect timing. What a finish, too. Weak foot, near post. Come on, give me a break, bro.
Silky smooth. That's killer instinct right there.
Dude,
That's a strike.
the power on that hit was disgusting. As some people have called it, it was a worm burner. Okay? That thing was gross, bro. Just like skidding across the top, bro.
Oh, dude, Miller must have nightmares.
Yeah. Oh my God, all of LAFC, man. Because he's scoring insane goals on him too. It's, I mean, look, that one was dope. Okay, like, don't get me wrong, incredible skill, right? Okay, his second goal where he takes the ball down, dribbles the ball past Miller, just sits him down. I mean, that was pretty gross too, right? I mean, that was just like. That was like brushing the shoulders off kind of goal, right?
Wait. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, but then he has two of the greatest volleys, like two ridiculous goals in the previous times that they met. One from almost half the pitch, and the other one off the chest over, like sombrero half volley. Come on, man.
Okay, so we gotta keep this moving. So Pavone gets his first goal for the G's. Well taken. But I'm gonna be honest with you, man. The story of this match was two halves.
Yes.
The Galaxy came out up tempo, firing, taking the match to LAFC in the first half, and then the second half, dude, they were holding on for dear life.
Correct.
They were gassed, and I was. Honestly, I thought the winning goal was coming for LAFC.
I did too.
I was getting ready for it.
Yep. When I was watching that, I mean, as soon as Carlos Vela brought it level, I was like, dude, if LAFC scores in the next 10 minutes, which I thought was likely. I thought it was likely, man. It felt like everything was moving their way. They were getting their chances. They were taking them all of a sudden. They were just in the right place, right time. As you were saying, the Galaxy slowed down. They weren't on the same pace, even close. I mean, it's almost like it felt 100% like this is how the script was going to go down. Like it was almost going to be like the next chapter. It was almost like kind of like Rocky in a way. I mean, what I'm saying? Like here's the comeback right now. It's going to happen. But somehow, some way.
Well, what I will say, it was nice to see the Galaxy were able to grind it out. By hook or by crook. They got it done, and they got a point out of it.
Unreal.
But yeah, it's. I mean, like I said, for me, it's just like on the edge of your seat kind of stuff, pins and needles. I can't take it.
Dude.
I mean, I love it. Inject it into my veins. But I'm an OD on this. And
just please let this happen in the playoffs. Like one time. And if it was this year, dude, oh my God. It would be the end.
Like, I will say this. Carlos Vela's injury, like having to come out with his hammy or whatever's going on there, that was definitely a big momentum killer in a way for LAFC.
Oh yeah, for sure, because he had just scored. He's looking hot. He's looking
captain,
good. He's obviously the leading scorer in the MLS right now. He's just got a killer instinct, and then all of a sudden he pulls up. I mean, dude, what a call by Bob Bradley to pull him out.
Yeah, I mean, you can see Carlos Vela did not approve. Took off his captain armband, threw it to the ground. Pretty demonstrative.
Man.
I don't think I've seen Carlos Vela like that in a while.
Finally, I respect it, actually, though.
That kind of passion. So you like seeing that, because that's one of the flashpoints I was thinking of, was that, oh wow, this guy took his armband off and threw it on the ground.
Dude, there's rarely any time that I think that something like that's appropriate. Honestly, like I think it's JV in many other scenarios, but this is one of the few times I can say I get it. Like, the dude's the captain. They haven't beaten their greatest rival yet.
Yes,
the dude is going to be emotional. I mean, he's the top scorer in the league. He's clearly not only far and away the captain of LAFC, but also by far and away the best player on LAFC. No contest. He's the guy that makes that whole. I mean, he's the guy that makes the whole thing run.
Well, right now he's looking like the league's MVP.
Yeah, for sure. Right now he's got that lock stock, unless something crazy happens over the next few weeks and someone else just blows up. I mean, Joseph Martinez is having a good run right now. But
Zlatan's
anyway,
doing his thing.
Zlatan's doing his thing. You know, they're making it happen. They're making it interesting, at least up there at the top. But dude, for him to get pulled, I mean, I'm not surprised he was pissed, and he let it out. And you know what? Afterwards, I'm sure it was fine. That's the other thing.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. So just staying on the topic of Carlos Vela, we can't forget 2 naps.
Oh,
rest in peace.
Oh, my sweet Lord.
If anybody saw, it was the midweek game against Stevie Mac's other favorite team, the San Jose Earthquakes and LAFC. What Carlos Vela did in that match. That was one of the nastier runs I've seen in the MLS in quite some time. I'm trying to think of the last time that's happened.
I don't even know, man. Like something that I don't know. That is one of the dirtiest runs. He just goes right up the gut. Yeah. I mean, I guarantee you there's been some amazing runs. We'll have to do some digging there. But still, man, that's easily the best run this year. The best run I can think of in a long time. But, I mean, leaving the dummy, getting the ball back, sidestepping 2 dudes, laying the keeper down. Oh, and then
not once, but twice.
Yeah, and then homeboy at the end doing the splits. Just in the goal. The dude was inside his own goal doing the splits, trying to stop the ball. Meanwhile, Carlos Vela is like walking the ball into the net, man. Ugh.
That's U.S. International? Isn't that Nick Lima? That's the dude for yeah,
dude. It's. I mean, it was disgusting. Definitely check that out. If you haven't seen that yet, please go on YouTube right now. Look up Carlos Vela versus San Jose Earthquakes. It's stupid,
dude. If you're San Jose, you got 9 dropped on you this season to your 0 LAFC. Like, dude.
Yeah, some crazy stuff. But okay, cool. Let's see. Getting into just a couple things before we should probably wrap this up here in a minute. Coming up, some of the games that are playoff implicating here in the MLS. New York Red Bulls playing Colorado Rapids. Red Bulls should definitely tack on some points there. Montreal, DC. That one has some definite implications there. Montreal is just on the bubble right there. We'll see what happens there. Let's see. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. How can I forget, man? Philadelphia Union play Atlanta United this weekend.
Ooh.
The number 1 and number 2 team, Saturday, August 31st, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Philadelphia Union host Atlanta United, bro. So that,
there we go.
You know, we're talking about number 1, number 2 right there. Tune into that, folks. Let's see. Oh, yes, but of course, these 2 are also really big, man. Again, the 2 Los Angeles clubs, with a highlight on them. Look, Sunday, September 1st, Seattle Sounders host the LA Galaxy. And we're talking about a very important game for both of these teams with their playoff implications here. And also, LAFC is hosting Minnesota United. So, all 4 of these teams right now are currently really vying for their spots here. I mean, well, I shouldn't say it, LAFC. 3 of the teams are vying for their spots here in the Western Conference playoff picture. So Seattle, LA Galaxy, Minnesota United. Seattle has 43 points, LA Galaxy and Minnesota United with 42. So, I mean, if LA Galaxy win, that really flips some things around for Seattle. If Seattle holds them off, then that could put them definitely one step closer to securing their position. And Minnesota United, down there in 5th place, they can also give themselves a bump if they get a result against LAFC. But, I mean, it's LAFC at home. It only really seems like the Galaxy have anything to say to LAFC at home right now. So. Yeah.
No, I would agree with that for sure. LAFC's been unstoppable.
Well, they're undefeated at home. They're 11-2 at home. They have 13 games at home this season, and they have not lost. Nope. So, I mean, good luck,
Good luck with that, Minnesota. So just quickly, some other news and notes on MLS as we're talking about these matches. Before we forget, so it looks like Wayne Rooney's going to leave DC United. I don't know if he's going to stay through this end of the season.
I think it was the beginning of January or something like that.
Yes.
Or December. I don't remember.
But he's some people have said he's already checked out.
Yeah.
Got the red card and looking like he's 1 foot out the door to Derby County already. It's going to be a player manager.
Yep. That should be interesting.
And so, other than that, before we forget, we got to give Atlanta United their props, man. I feel like they've turned it around. They're on the upswing. It looks like the Boers figured it out. They've gone to 3 in the back. They've won, whatever you want to count it or not, they've won 3 cups in this last calendar year, within the last calendar year, I should say. And that is MLS Cup, Campeones Cup, which some people are not counting because they feel like it's not a proper competition.
Dude, they beat America. Like a full strength America team. Like, come on, people.
That's what people were saying. But yeah, because some people don't count the UEFA.
I totally understand. Yeah, I get it.
And then US, they just beat Minnesota United at home for the US Open Cup. So no matter what happens this season for Atlanta United, they are going to be in next year's CONCACAF Champions League because they've qualified via the US Open Cup. So
yes, So there you go. I mean, look, props to Atlanta United. They're putting the victories together, and it's unfortunate that doesn't. Not a lot of people seem to be paying attention to that so much. Atlanta United, for as young a team as they are, they're bringing in silverware, man.
Dude, they're bringing in silverware left and right. Something LAFC can't say as of yet, but it looks like the supporter shield is definitely going to be coming their way.
Yep. 2 things to touch on before we wrap up here. This is past MLS, unless you got more in MLS. You got anything else in MLS?
No, I think you're about to touch on
Leagues Cup. Real quick. I was just going to say Tigres with the win over Club America in the Leagues Cup semifinal in penalties. And so they move to the final, and Cruz Azul defeats LA Galaxy in Los Angeles 2-1. Galaxy's B squad was out there and actually made it look a little bit like a game, but Cruz Azul coming away with the victory. So you're going to see Cruz Azul taking on Tigres. That's in Las Vegas, I believe. And let me see when exactly that final is. Do you have the date on that final?
September. I really don't know. You caught me with my pants down.
Yeah, no
September
worries.
16th, is it?
Yeah, it looks like September 18th. September 18th.
Yeah. So it's going to be in Las Vegas.
Yep, in Vegas. And then the other thing that I wanted to just briefly mention is that, hey man, September 6th, international break. You got the U.S. men's national team taking on Mexico.
Oh yeah, that's coming up, man.
Yeah,
that's
dude.
right. We got an international break. This is a sanctioned FIFA break, so Europe's gonna take a break.
Yeah, I believe that Europe is going to be doing. Well, wait, no. When is the Nations League Cup final?
Yeah, I knew you were gonna ask me that. No, I'm not quite sure. That's something we didn't prep for.
Hold on, I'm looking right now. I got this. Hold on.
But this is like a pop quiz, and I wasn't ready.
Man, that's what I'm saying. Let's see. UEFA Nations League final is going to be. Oh wait. No, the UEFA Nations League already happened. Portugal won that. We're totally off.
Yes.
My bad.
Yes, against Netherlands.
Yeah,
but
my bad.
Is the new calendar year competition starting up, or?
Yeah, I don't know, but we'll have to look into that in the future. We're obviously behind on that.
That will be next week's episode. We're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah. All right, guys. Eric, do you anything else you want to throw out there?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, so I apologize if this is against policy, but do you guys have a Popeyes in Chicago?
Yeah, obviously, bro.
Okay.
I got one down the street from my house.
Okay.
I need to hit some Louisiana chicken real quick. What's up?
Oh, okay. Oh, no. What I was going to ask, have you heard about this Popeyes chicken sandwich?
No.
dude, man, there's a chicken sandwich by Popeyes, and at least the word out here is it is sold out.
What?
Like, yeah, you haven't, man, check this thing out on social media. Like, the lines are around the block.
They're having,
yeah, it's like, it's fast food fever, man.
I'm looking it up. I
haven't seen anything like this.
Oh, wait, hold on. Popeye's chicken sandwich on eBay for $150? Dude, there's Popeye's chicken sandwich on eBay for $150.
$150? That's cheap. I saw some of those going for a lot more than that. I don't remember. Yeah, man, it's crazy. So,
yeah,
here
man. You go. CNN, 1 day ago, Popeye's chicken sandwich is officially sold out. That's ridiculous. Okay.
Come on. Wait, man, dude.
I don't know, but I'm gonna look into this. See if I know any Popeye connections. I can get one of these sandwiches, see what all the hype's about.
Yes. We must say, disclaimer: Popeyes does not sponsor or endorse this show.
No, but apparently they got a dope ass sandwich.
but if they'd like to be and want to kick some sandwiches our way, they'll definitely plug them.
All right, man. Let's call it good, man.
All right.
As always, folks, thank you for listening. Enjoy the matches this weekend. And what is it, Eric D?
Don't hate.
Don't hate.